Oh, how are we looking, Val?
A little premature today, Trent.
Oh, dang it! Oh, because I was trying to hold on to the headphones because they weren't they're not attached to my head like my hair is, so they were flopping all over the place. Hello everybody. What's up to the internet on Twitch? If you're watching live, this is I Love Improv with Trent Dozier. I'm Trent Dozier. Thank you for being here. If you're listening to this as a podcast in the future, thank you also for listening to us that way. Maybe you're watching the recording of this. I don't know. However you are taking this podcast or live showing of whatever, however you're finding us, we love it. Thank you. This is I Love Improv with Trent Dozier. I am Trent Dozier. As I said, we are a part of the Trident Network, and we are so happy. This is our final show of the year. This is also the final Trident live stream of the year. Wow. If you're in the chat, throw some thumbs up for Trident and the Trident Network and all the cool stuff that they've brought to you this year. A huge part of the Trident Network, dare I say the biggest part, because she is the founder of the Trident Network. She is also the technical support for this very show. Everybody, you heard her already. Say what's up in the chat to Val Agnew. What's up, Val?
What's up, Trent?
Oh, kind of winded.
Yeah, you went hard on that one.
I know. It was the last one of the year. I had to go hard.
Yeah, going out right.
Yeah. How you doing?
Oh, I'm great. I'm so excited for tonight.
Are you happy with year one of Trident?
Yeah, I'm really happy with year one of Trident. It's been so fun.
Or I guess the first 9 months technically.
Yeah, the first 9 months. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you're correct. Our birthday is in March, and we're gonna have a big birthday party. So definitely come and attend that on the internet.
Yeah.
And
on the internet, yeah,
and possibly in person. We might do some stuff in person. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe some LA stuff so that you can do it too, Trent.
Oh my word! Yes, of course. the Trident Network is technically based in Chicago. Not technically, it is literally based in Chicago. And that's because of my Chicago connections. That's how I became a part of the Trident Network. But as Val alluded to, I'm a little LA boy now, and it's actually kind of a bunch of BS because it's like 30 degrees here. It's BS, and I hate it.
It was 65 yesterday here.
Okay. Well, we're gonna move on. The Trident Network, of course, is a 3-pronged form of digital entertainment producer provider. There are podcasts like this. There are live shows like this. There are recorded shows like this. This show, I Love Improv with Trent Dozier, is the perfect epitome of what the Trident Network is all about. There's also a bunch of other great stuff on Trident. A ton of other great podcasts. Go to thetridentnetwork.com for more information on everything. Also, we would love if you would throw us a sub over here on the Trident Twitch channel, which is, of course, twitch.tv/the Trident Network, which you know because you're watching it right now. There's a subscribe button somewhere down here. Am I close, Val?
Yep. You're getting there. A little more. Over.
I don't know. It's confusing because...
There you go.
Okay, great. Hit that. Subscribe. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can actually get a free month subscription to whatever Twitch channel you choose, and we would love if that was the Trident Network. Anything else, Val, or anything I messed up on, or anything you would like to add?
You didn't mess up. The only thing I'll add is if you subscribe, not only do you support all the amazing people who make things on Trident, but also you get access to these cool emotes featuring our mascot, the party dolphin. And I just threw them in the chat so you can see them on full display. We're going to have more in the new year, so get excited. We're going to have
okay. Well, speaking of something that gets me excited, it's this week's guest. Should we get into it, Val?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, enough jibber jabber up at the top. It's time for some improv. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. And that's why this week's guest is here. This week's guest is someone who I've known for a couple years now, maybe 5. I'm trying to think of when we would have met in Chicago. 5 at the most. and 3 at the least, I'll say. She is a great improviser who I love watching. She is one half of one of my all-time favorite duos. They had a incredible Twitch show that ran for a year. She is one half of Tommy and Scotty, a Chicago-based duo. She's currently bouncing around all over the country. She's currently in her childhood bedroom in Colorado. She is, dare I say, Chicago improv scene's favorite fashionista. Please welcome Emily Walter. Hello, Emily.
Trent, I'm so happy. I'm so happy you called me a fashionista.
Am I wrong?
When I tell you that I've been at my parents' house since Thanksgiving. I've not like gotten dressed or put on makeup since Thanksgiving. And today I logged off work early, so I was like, I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna do a full face, I'm gonna pick an outfit, I'm gonna match the earrings. So I've just, I'm so happy.
Well, dare I say, and Val, maybe you can jump in if you agree or disagree, or if you want to abstain, that's also okay too. Emily, I think you're the best dressed guest we've had so far.
Whoa!
Easily.
Thank
Easily.
you.
Easily.
Thank you.
Yeah, the fit looks good as always.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And more importantly, the improv is going to be off the
It's gonna be
chain.
great.
Am I right?
Yeah. Well, now that I'm feeling so confident, yes.
Yes.
Great.
I love confidence, and we love Emily. Okay, before you sit there and accept all the compliments I'm about to give you, first, if you are watching the show, we will need a suggestion for the improv portion. So if you are already familiar with the play stylings of me and Emily, or I don't know, if you feel comfortable giving a suggestion already, feel free to throw that in the chat now. If you would like to hear a little bit more about me and Emily, specifically Emily, before throwing out the suggestion, then maybe this conversation will help inform you, because here at I Love Improv with Trent Dozier, we like our suggestion to be something highly specific as opposed to something broad. So instead of giving us the suggestion of megaphone, we would like something more along the lines of Emily is a megaphone salesman and Trent is her protege, and neither of them have a left foot. You know, something hyper specific like that, but probably better. So if you've already got something locked and loaded, throw it in the chat now. And as I said, if you don't, maybe this portion of the show will help inform you with what scene you would like to see. Because right now, Emily, I'm about to tell you what I love about you as an improviser. Are you ready?
I can't wait.
Okay, great. Love it. Emily, first of all, I just feel like as a human, as an improviser too, but like as a human, you have a great sense of humor, and you're not like a oh man, what am I trying to say here? You're not prude about comedy. You like what you like, and you love the people that you love, and you know, you're not afraid to laugh when someone goes a little dark. You're not afraid to delve into the darkness yourself, which is something I love about you. I feel as though, as an improviser, I personally really admire you and your two-prov partner, Kenan. I love both of you because you both have this, it's like a fearlessness on stage, which is really inspiring. And you have a sense of play about you and mischievousness. I know I've talked about mischievousness on the podcast, but Emily, you have like this beautiful combination of like darkness and fearlessness and mischievousness and just like wanting to have a good time, which I love. I love when people execute their form great and it's cool, whatever. The thing I love most, which is something that Tommy and Scotty gives me a lot of from watching you, is I love people who want to have fun. And when you're playing, especially when you're firing on all cylinders, you are someone who loves to have fun and just like fuck around and mess with your teammates and get messed with and just like shoot back. And man, it's just great. And I was thinking about this earlier. I don't know if we've really ever, I'm sure we have played together, but I can't really think of
Trent, I think we only did it once. And I think it was when Penn and Teller did, it was having people from each Herald team. It was like January of 2020.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, right before
Yes.
right before the
I
big
remember
events.
that show so vividly, but I think that's the only time we've even been on stage together, really.
Were we in the same group that played? Because there were like
I don't
3
know if
mashups.
we were.
I have sheets. I'll go back and
Okay,
look.
go back and check the records.
So either Emily and I have played together once or never.
0.
But I'm just like, I'm really all day I've been buzzing with anticipation for playing with you tonight. Do you agree with my assessment
Oh my
of you?
gosh,
Or
Trent, I am so excited. Talk about inspiring too, Prov. Jen and Peller was like, you made Midnight at the Mission Theater feel like 8 o'clock on a Friday. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you and Cam are so playful with each other. So everything, it's so funny. Everything you said to me, I was like, I feel that way about Trent. So I hope, and I also feel like I only really go dark with Kenan. So we'll see.
we'll see.
Kenan McKinney demands it. Like,
he does. Kenan also,
Yeah.
for the record, will be on this show in the future.
Yes.
So everybody can look forward to that in 2022.
Yeah.
As we wade into the darkness. All right. Well, if you've already thrown a suggestion out there, great. Thank you. If you haven't, but are now prepared to, please throw your suggestions into the chat starting now. As always, what I'm saying is delayed by about 20 seconds to when you're hearing it. So, just try and fill some time here.
We do have one from the old Nia machine.
The old Nia machine. Well, let's wait.
Great suggestion.
Let's wait. Is there? Do you think another one will come in, Val? Or, I mean,
I don't.
Lord knows I'm ready to rock.
We have a couple viewers, but they seem to be lurking more than
they're silent
wanting. Yes.
Give me that Nia suggestion. We love a suggestion from the composer of the I Love Improv theme song, Nia D'Amelio.
Yeah.
Okay. And I per my right, I'm going to add a tiny detail to Nia's suggestion. So
accepted.
Nia's suggestion is Trent and Emily are 2 showgirls. She says it could be the Rockettes or it could be some Vegas show, whatever. Who just finished their last Christmas show and are getting a celebratory drink.
Oh, fun.
I'm going to add that one of you has a secret that you've never told anyone and you want very badly to tell the other person, but you may or may not actually do it, but it's there under the currents.
Great.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Val. Thank you, Nia.
Yes.
Have fun.
Thank you. Cheers to you and those titties, girl.
And right back to you and that
oh my
ass.
God. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
You did it. You did it.
They look okay.
Oh my God, they look amazing. They look so good.
I'm just not used. I felt a little
I know
off tonight.
I know.
I'm not used to the weight.
Well, the weight, it's hard. It's hard to get used to it, but no, they look good. You dance like you were born with them.
Oh my God, Bethany! Oh my God,
you did. You dance like you were born with them for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, now my next project is to get my ass as tight as yours.
Do not get the BBL. Promise me.
Okay.
Promise me.
Okay. I
no,
won't.
I want to hear you say, I promise I will not get the BBL.
But it looks good on you.
No.
It does.
It was not. Good. It cost me my relationship. It cost me my relationship.
I'm single, so it's fine.
Okay, if I could go back and be married with a flat ass, I would be married with a flat ass.
No, don't, Bethany. No.
I would. This holiday season has been hell for me. Okay.
What?
Yes.
No, Bethany. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
During the White Christmas number, I almost start to cry every time, and I thought everybody knew.
Well, I'm in front of you, so I can't see what's going on. So
yeah, no, I mean, obviously, like I thought, it just feels like the whole audience is staring at you. It's probably how you feel with your tits.
Yes.
Like, when I start to cry, I feel like everyone's just staring at me.
I know. When I walked on stage, I was like, "Oh my God! Everybody knows that these are brand new."
I know.
Everybody, I could feel it.
But they just were looking at your fancy footwork.
Well, I don't want you to feel alone on Christmas. Do you have plans? You could come over
No,
with.
I can't. That would be sadder to come over. I just have to be alone. It'll be
What?
more sad. It'll be more sad to go to someone else's because then everyone will be like, your mom will be there and she'll be like, oh my God, how are you doing? And it's just more sad to be an interloper. It's just better I'm just going to be alone. I've got a plan for the day. Don't worry about it. But thank you so much for the invite. Like, that was so nice of you.
Bethany.
What are you doing for NYE, girly?
Bethany. My mom died of COVID.
Okay, I feel bad, and that's on me.
We just talked about it.
I'm sorry.
Why would
That's
you?
why I said, and that's on me. That's why I said, and that's on me. I feel bad, and that's on me.
We
Okay.
just talked about
I
it.
can't prove this, but I think when I went under anesthesia, they fucked with my brain. I can't prove it. I can't prove it. They won't send me my medical records, so I can't prove it. But I do think when I went under for my BBL, they like did something. So it's really, I'm so sorry though. That's on me. How are you dealing with your grief?
Well, I'm having a bunch of people over for Christmas, and I
Okay.
was.
Great. That sounds perfect. Your
Oh
mom
my
would love
God.
that. Okay, I propose a toast to your mother. I just want to do a quick
Yes.
toast.
Yes.
To your mom. And I'm so sorry. Do you mind reminding me of her name?
Her name was also Bethany.
Okay.
We have Bethany. We've
Okay.
talked about this at length. I feel.
I'm
oh
so
my God.
sorry. And I am so sorry to Bethany, not me. To your mom, Bethany.
To my mom, Bethany.
I loved her energy, loved her spirit.
She would have loved my new titties.
She would have, because you absolutely wrecked hers. All right, cheers.
Oh.
Wow. I feel like heartbroken. I feel like such a bad friend.
No, I actually feel bad because I'm
No.
starting to realize that I actually didn't realize how badly the divorce had affected you.
Yeah. Well, I just found out I'm not getting the apartment. So it's just feeling fresh this week. Yeah.
Oh no.
Being evicted.
Do you have a place lined up to stay?
I don't. I'm kind of just like, you know what? Maybe I just, camp out. He has a huge house. So maybe I just camp out in the garage and he'll never know. But then he'll smell me and he'll be like, you know what? I do miss her.
Mm-hmm. If there's one thing I know, Bethany, it's that ever since you had that work done in your ass, everyone can smell you, no matter where you are. Oh, girl,
Thank you.
You just absolutely smell like ripped beef all the time.
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Like it definitely smells like farts, kind of, but it's like positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's healthy. It's like a healthy smell.
Yeah, like
healthy.
Oh, this is a girl who's eating her vitamins and her vegetables.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so wait, who's on your invite list for Christmas? Because you didn't invite front row, did you?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Good,
I'm
good,
second
good.
row, third row, fourth row.
Okay, perfect.
Anybody in the front row, I'm sick of at this point.
Okay, good, perfect. I just wanted to make sure.
No, but I did invite 100% of everybody, rows 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, fun! That'll be a good group. That'll be really nice. Okay, perfect. So who's coming? Who said yes?
Right now we're about 50-50. So
well, it's Christmas. It's hard.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be with their families.
Have other plans.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like, you girls are my family.
I know.
That's what I was trying to get across to everybody.
That's what like sucks about our job is that like people don't, I feel like you and I come in and we just bond with everyone and we get so close with everyone and we make it that family environment. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, December 23rd comes and everyone's just like, peace, I'm going to my parents' house in Cabo. And you're like, I was going to offer you a kidney. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Is this not the family that I thought it was?
No,
Apparently not.
No.
That's why no first row girls.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, they don't care. They don't give a shit about us.
No, I mean, they think the show's all about them.
Yeah. And I think it's okay that we know that. That helps us set expectations for sure.
Yes. And let me tell you, if I ever graduated from row 2 to row 1, it would not change me. I would still
Yeah.
be friends with you in row 3. I would still be friends with the girls in row 4. I'm
That's
friends with
so
everybody.
true. That's so true. I know, but what do you think it would be like to be in row 1? Like, obviously, I'm happy in row 3. I love being in row
Yes.
3.
Oh my God. No,
Like, and
I
you're
love
so
it.
good in row
Yes.
2.
Yeah,
You're
I
so
love
good
it.
in row 2.
I love it.
And you're framed so perfectly, but like, what do you think it would feel like that we're going out there, opening night, curtains rise, and your face is the first one that a little girl in the front row sees?
I've only done heroin once, but I think it would be reminiscent of that feeling.
Pause. How did you stop after one time?
I had a good support system around me.
Oh, okay. So you knew going in, this is a one-time thing. I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah, one and done. Yeah, one and done injection. It was at the party. It was at a party I was at in high school. So I went to a private school. To a private school, so it was kind of different,
Yeah, for sure. It was like you guys had access to that kind of stuff. Wow. Yeah. Well, that is such a comment on your character that you're able to just like do heroin once and walk away.
I have an incredible character and I have an incredible support group around me. I don't know. And now I have the titties to match, know?
And you do, girl. Okay, should we get another round? Do you want one
more?
Oh
my, yeah. Okay. Yes. Let me suck this sucker down.
Okay. Hi, I am so sorry to bother you. Can we get 2? Do you want the same?
Yeah, I would love another double gin, double tonic, double Sprite.
Yeah. Can we get the gin and tonics with the Sprite mixer?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you. Yeah, just 2 more. Thank you. Okay, perfect.
This is so fun. Are you sure you don't want to come over for Christmas?
I can't. That would just be so humiliating.
I don't
but I think it'll be so fun for you guys. Just for me personally, that would just be such a hit to my pride. I
don't understand why you think it would be humiliating.
Because then everyone would be like, "What's your husband doing?" And I'd be like, "Ex-husband," and it would just be, it's just gonna bring down the day. So don't worry. I have a plan. I've got it all worked out. So
what's the plan?
I can't.
Bethany, what's the plan?
Okay, so you know how my in-laws have the tradition of having Santa come to their party?
Yes, they have. That's very rare.
Okay. It's a rare tradition. Yeah. But I picked up a gig as a costume Santa this year, and I will be at the Nicholson's doorstep just to observe. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna fuck it up and say I'm there. I'm literally just observe. I just want to know what they're gonna say about me.
Oh, Bethany, Bethany, I don't want you to think that I'm being rude or that my titties have changed me in any way. But that is such okay. Remember that you just said I'm always supportive. That plan is dog shit.
Okay,
and that
you're not being very supportive.
That is humiliating. That is way more humiliating than staying home by yourself, which is even more humiliating than coming to my Christmas party.
No. Because you know what? Have you ever? This is my first Christmas without them, but it's also their first Christmas without me. And have you ever wondered? You know what? Before your mom died, you probably were like, I wonder all the shit she's been talking about me, and you never got to hear. You never got to hear it because she died. But now I can go to that party and I can just know, and it'll be healing for me.
Okay, so are you going to infiltrate as the Santa?
Yeah, oh, for sure. I'm never going to reveal that it's me. I'm going, I've done 3 months of character work. I did a class at the Actors Studio. I wrote an 80-page autobiography. Not about Santa Claus, but about like if I was a mall Santa, how I became that, and so I'll be fully in character the entire time. I won't break it. Even if they say you look like his ex-wife, I am just gonna say, oh, Santa is monogamous. So.
Okay, if you don't mind, can I get a little bit more of a taste of the Santa you're bringing?
Sure, for sure. Okay, so this Santa was born in Toledo in 1980.
No, I don't want backstory.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's just like those. I just have to remind myself of some things before I get into. So like, okay, Toledo, 1985, rejected from art school. Okay, drinking. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay,
so it's just gonna be
let's
like,
role play. You be Santa.
Perfect.
On the day of Christmas, and I will be your ex-husband, Jeff.
Thank you. Okay, here you go. Thank you. Little light on the Sprite. Do you mind if I send it back? Little light on the Sprite. Is yours okay?
I don't taste the Sprite at all. I'll take
Okay,
more.
we're going to send those back.
I'm going to need more Sprite. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm sorry. You're Jeff.
Yes, I'm your ex-husband, Jeff.
Yes.
And you be Santa.
Yeah. I'm just going to be like...
What's going on?
You look like you've been a naughty boy this year.
Yeah, I've been a little bit of a naughty boy, You've
been a little bit of a bad boy.
Yeah, I've been sticking my wick where it don't belong.
Oh, no. Well, I hope that you're going to the clinic to get tested every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And Santa might recommend that, you call somebody. Because if there's something you need to say to someone, the best time to say it to them is on Christmas. Even if you think it's too late. Even if you think you've ruined all.
Time out.
What?
Bethany, are you going to try and convince Jeff to call you on Christmas? Because that's number one, that's what it sounds like. And number two, if that is what you're doing, you realize he'll call you and then your phone will ring as Santa while you're there.
No. I'm not. At no point did I say call your ex-wife. I just said if there's someone you need to call. Maybe I'm setting him up for success with his new girlfriend.
He's got a new girlfriend?
Because I heard, yes, and she wants a ring by the new year. And I think that's a little bit quick. But you know what?
That's very fast.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit fast. But maybe this is just me giving him my blessing. Go and be in love.
Wow. That's very big of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I watched Mrs. Doubtfire in preparation. So it's like, divorce is okay. I watched a lot of divorce TikTok. Sometimes moms and dads fall out of love. Do you know that song?
I don't. I haven't been on the divorce TikTok.
It is so comforting to me. It's such a comfort in this horrible time. Yeah. What about you? You never go on dates. And I thought you got the boobs to go on dates, but now I'm thinking you really did get them for yourself.
I did. I'm telling you, I don't need anybody in my life in that type of way.
Then why are you inviting so many people over for Christmas?
For fun. It's not. I'm not looking for a date amongst any of our fellow coworkers or anything. I just without my mom, I'm just trying to kind of try to fill my mom void per se.
Yeah.
I don't have any underlying goals or strategies. Like
you want to date someone like your mother who reminds you of your mother.
I didn't say that.
That's what I heard.
No, okay.
You miss your mom. You're looking to fill your mom void. So we need to find someone who is flexible. What are some other qualities about you?
Well, she was flexible both physically and literally.
Yeah.
She was obviously an acrobat, but also she was very adaptable in all situations.
Yes. Great for corporate America.
It was great for corporate America.
Yeah.
I would love somebody who was. I don't think I want someone like my mom. I want someone more open. I want someone who's not gonna go to their grave with all these gossipy things that they said about me, but never to my face. Stuff that we never cleared the air on.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Do you know anybody who can talk to the dead?
Okay. Yes. Top of mind. I know 3. Okay. So actually, that stagehand Craig?
Uh-huh.
So he was electrocuted 2 seasons ago. And he told me since then, he told me ever since then, he was like, it's not for everyone, but if there's a strong, emotional connection between him and the person trying to reach them, which you two have talked, he could. I also went to that psychic once. She was pretty good. I don't know. We never talked to the dead, but she was helpful. And then, hello, Jeff. My ex-husband talks to the dead all the time.
Oh, no.
I know. I don't know if you feel comfortable with that, but you have my, you got to do what you got to do. So feel free to reach out. And maybe just ask what his plan is for New Year's Eve, because I'm just curious. If it comes up, but no big deal.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
not to throw my plans in the trash and try to attach myself to you, but does an elf costume come along with the Santa costume?
Yes. And I was, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect timing.
Thank you.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, this is like just Sprite.
Oh no.
This is like just Sprite.
Okay, send it back.
Sending it back.
Send it back.
You.
I'm going to keep mine. I thought this was good. Okay,
Great.
so here's what I'm thinking. Okay. So I think we should do a Santa and Mrs. Claus. And here's why.
Oh,
here's why. I think the elf has a whole subservient thing. And as someone in the third row, I know you don't experience it in second row, but in third row, a lot of times you can feel inferior to people. And I don't want you to feel that way, especially not on Christmas. I also think there's a certain level of people opening up when they see two people in love. And, you know, Santa and Mrs. Claus, it is a timeless love story.
Sure. I don't know if that's how I would necessarily play it that day, but.
Well, can you do some character work and we can talk about it? I'll send you over my Santa biography. It'll really help you.
Yeah, you send me your Santa biography.
I'll send you my outline and you can just kind of fill in where you think your character would go. And we'll just see what happens. We'll see what the dynamic is.
Right. I think the main thing to remember is that this Mrs. Claus has a big old set of titties. So I'm going to build
not just big, but a perfect set.
I'm going to build, I'll build my character out from there and then try and interweave the information that you give me about your Santa.
Okay. So I don't want to tell you what to do, but I'm just letting you know that I have tried to build characters before based on a physicality and it's actually really hard. It's actually very difficult. So if you could come from an emotional place, but you do whatever you got to do, sister.
Okay, well, typically when I'm building out a character, I do start from a physical point. So it should actually be pretty easy for me. I've actually back in my high school days, I took teen classes at Second City. So
did you really?
Yeah. So
oh my God, like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Isn't it just like Saturday? Isn't that Saturday Night Live basically?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. I don't want to get into the
that's so fun. I didn't know you did stand up. How come you stopped doing that?
It's not it wasn't technically stand up and it wasn't sketch, which is what SNL is. Second City is I did improv classes there.
Okay.
Well, of course, I started in improv for actors because I thought I was going to be an actor. And then from there, I moved into just regular improv classes.
Yeah, see, I just don't see you as an actor because you refuse to build a character from an emotional place. I just don't really see that for you. But I mean, your method works, okay?
Yeah. It doesn't. I've never been booked for anything. And
That's not true. You booked second row in the Rockettes 3 seasons in a row.
That's true.
That's hard to do.
And let me tell you, the girls are going to get me into the front row by next year.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
Oh, thank you.
So the bartender's kind of cutie.
You trying to get back on the horse?
Well, no, I'm saying for you.
He looks pretty cute for you.
Yes. Oh, maybe we'll just let him decide.
Oh, sir, could we have a word, sir?
Oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Oh.
Hi, sorry. Yeah, it's the difficult table.
Hi, yes, okay. It says here on your name tag that your name is Valerie. Ooh, sexy for a man. Valerie, if you had to choose between me and my friend here, and just know her ass is as perky as my titties are, who would you choose betwixt the two of us?
But keep in mind personality.
Yeah, do not base your pick solely on my titties or her ass.
Keep in mind personality.
And we know you haven't met either of us, so you're not
just the way we've interacted with you with the drinks.
Yeah, with the drinks.
Keep that in mind.
Why do I have to pick?
Oh my God, Valerie!
It's a 3-way tonight. Okay, that's the scene. Oh my God. Oh, that was great. Oh my God, that was so fun. Honestly, Emily, that was everything that I wanted the scene between us to be, and more. It was incredible.
Well, you made the bold choice to have your mom die of COVID.
I
It
felt.
was just.
Oh my
Go
God.
ahead, Val. Go
I
ahead.
was just
Val.
gonna say, I felt Trent, you were like the boldest that I've ever seen you on the show, and I think it's because you knew that Emily could like handle it and like take it and do something cool with it, and so you were just like giving her these like really like what I would call tough gifts because like she could handle it, and it was so fun to watch the reaction and like oh, you made a meal of it. It was so fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I I don't know if I articulated this the best at the top of the show, but what I was trying to say when speaking about Emily's fearlessness as an improviser is she never like whatever's thrown at her if it makes her laugh, you know, she'll laugh, but then she'll jump back into the character and no, we love breaking. But she'll never be like, you know, if I was like, my mom died of COVID, she wouldn't be like, oh, let's try and pivot away from this immediately, or whatever the
make it serious. Sometimes it is like I have seen some really beautiful, grounded, emotional scenes in improv, but sometimes when people do it, when someone takes something and they're like, I'm gonna kill myself, and someone's like, wait, really? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta have a really to have some like true earned genuine moments in improv. That is like so rare, and people trying to seek that out, like that's not what we're doing here. No. As I've said many times before, if you're doing improv, you are an adult human playing make-believe, and you've probably paid thousands of dollars to learn how to properly play make-believe before. Yeah. So it's like, we're not here to have this incredible grounded, you know, scene.
I'm certainly not. I am certainly not. When people have tried to do scenes like that with me, it's like, I really am not an actor. I cannot act. So it's like, you're just going to get me responding, which is just me being like, okay, well, if someone wants to edit, then I think that would be great. That is tough.
I agree, Val. I felt real fearless. Speaking of Emily's two-prov partner, Kenan, who we have brought up many times now over this podcast, one of the best scenes I ever did was in the CIC auditions. It was me and Kenan, and I had never played with Kenan before, and honestly at that point I don't know that we had even talked that much. And Kenan and Emily now are two people who I consider great friends. But at that time I don't know that Kenan and I had really had much of a conversation outside of like, hey, how's it going? And I think the reason the scene was so good was we both immediately felt comfortable with each other because we had seen each other play a bunch. And so I just felt so comfortable with Kenan because I knew like it does not matter what I do to Kenan, he will, you know, accept it and give it back to me. And I feel the exact same way about Emily. Like I felt really her opening line was like, you know, I like your new titties.
Trent, that was me trying to shock you. I was like, okay, what can I say to make Trent a little uncomfortable?
Well, honestly,
I want to clarify. It was cheers to you and those titties, girl.
I'm glad you came out swinging immediately, because then I was like, this is the peak Emily. This is the Emily that I want to. This is the Emily I want to do improv with. So I was glad. I was glad to be thrown into that immediately.
Yeah,
Trent,
I was so glad too.
It's funny that you had that experience with Kenan, because I had that experience with Emily at Herald auditions.
Oh my gosh, I kind of remember this.
Yeah, like I hate improv auditions, which I think I've talked about on this show before.
They're the worst. Yeah,
they're terrible. And I never do well ever. But the only scene that I've ever felt even minorly positive about ever in an audition was a scene I did with you, Emily. And it's just because you're so easy to play with, and you make whoever is in a scene with you look good just because you're doing so well. Like I probably wasn't doing anything or giving you anything.
Sure, that's
and you,
not
and you were just like making it really fun.
I'm sure that's not true, but Val, I remember, I don't know if you remember, we took the bus with each other. It was either like right after or right before the audition.
Yeah.
And I am not a big hugger, but you gave me like the nicest hug. And it really did make me feel, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like, what it just was, I remember that so vivid. It was the 72 North bus. I know exactly where we were standing. Honestly, don't remember what the audition was, but I just remember like talking to you about it and you make me feel much better about it. So.
Oh.
Same wavelength. Yeah, same page. But yeah, improv auditions are so the worst.
They are.
The worst.
It's
You
just,
can't-
it feels so based on luck.
It is.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's not
It's
like,
like,
there's no good way to go about it,
no.
really.
There
Like
isn't.
Bobby August Jr., who was a guest on our show.
Bobby, August.
I just realized there's more than one Bobby in the world. And then I said Bobby August, and then I was like, well, it's Bobby August
Throwing
Jr.
Junior in there.
because that is his name. But Bobby and I, when I lived in California
Mm-hmm.
the first time before I went to Chicago, when I was doing stuff at Made Up Theater in
Yeah.
Northern California, Bobby and I actually drove from Northern California to Southern California to audition for Boom Chicago, which is
Oh my
a big
gosh. Yeah.
place in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I mean, Val and Emily are both nodding, so they know.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, that's
Like
what.
SNL.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we were auditioning for this, a spot to live in Amsterdam and to be paid to do improv.
Yeah.
We show up. The audition is like 15 minutes.
Oh
It's
my god.
there's like 12 people in our group. We line up. Half of the audition is each of us giving our fun fact. And then we
yeah,
played
of course.
like, then you got like 2 scenes maybe, and they were both built within short form games. So then it was like you did maybe 1 minute total of improv, and that was just our group of 12.
Yeah.
And then they've had auditions throughout the whole weekend. So I mean, Bobby and I left, and we both just looked at each other, and we were like, "Well,
Do you
that
want to live
ain't
together in Amsterdam?
nailed it."
Do you think we should get a spot together or live alone in Amsterdam?
Ugh.
You thought
But
we-
it's just like, how are you supposed to learn
No.
anything? And even like, that's how I think the auditions at like Second City were a little more involved, but even then it's
Yeah.
like 30-minute
Barely.
slots, and
Yeah.
you're doing 2 scenes, and it's just like, I mean, CIC, even everything's the same, where it's
Yeah.
just like, you gotta hope that the people who are auditing the audition
Yeah.
saw you in class or have seen you in a
Yep.
show or
Mhm.
blah blah blah, because so rarely are you going to turn someone on to you in 2 minutes of improv, and then
No.
you're never going to see them again, and they're
Yeah.
watching 500 people over the course of a week or whatever all audition.
Yeah.
Like,
I also think
No.
montages and auditions lend themselves to the worst people. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
The most selfish players are the ones
Yep.
who get out
For
the most.
sure.
Like one time in a Herald audition, I had such a hard time getting out on stage. I finally got on stage, and I had not even
Mhm.
said words, and someone tagged me out.
Oh.
Who
Oh,
tagged you
no.
out?
I know
name
who it
names.
was, and
Let's
I
name names.
will never name names. But I know
Val.
exactly who it was.
Initials.
You'll tell us when we
Yeah,
stop
I'll tell you
recording.
when we stop recording.
Okay,
No,
Val,
yeah.
I've stopped recording, Val. You can go ahead and tell us now.
No way.
Yeah, that sucks. Auditions suck.
They
Yeah.
really do. But they also, I have heard some hilarious stories of like,
Ugh.
this is how bad the audition
Yeah.
went. And like, I've been in auditions before where it's like, this is miserable while this
Oh,
is
yeah.
happening. But then afterwards, you're like, okay, that's kind of funny. But
Yeah.
while it's happening, you're like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
can't believe this is happening in real life.
It's great to be able to look back on it later and be like, wow,
Yes.
what a
What a
freaking
shit
nightmare
show.
that was.
Yeah.
Glad I got
Yeah.
to experience it, but
Yes, I know. I actually had like one of the worst auditions ever was for Second City, and I had like taken a month off of drinking because whatever. And
good for you. Good for you, Emily.
I
We love
remember-
Emily.
Well, I hadn't made it the whole month, and I remember just being like, it was like 3, and I texted the person I was dating at the time, and I was like, we need to go get drinks. He was like, aren't you waiting the month? I was like, no, I need a drink.
Yeah.
It's like, we are meeting, we are getting a drink. I need a drink.
Oh.
It was just so bad. Yeah, auditions will push you off the wagon. Auditions.
I think what messes with your head is like if you have a good audition, still odds are nothing will come.
Yeah.
Nothing will happen.
Still.
Yeah,
That's the thing that really messes with you.
it's so true.
I
It's
totally
so
agree. I've
true.
left in my 5 years in Chicago. I feel like I left an equal number of auditions feeling good as I did feeling bad.
Yeah.
And I mean, the only thing I ever got off an audition was the CIC teams. I think everything else.
Well, I guess if you think of like 5Bs, because didn't you get a team?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like an 8-week long audition.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole nother the IO process and putting Herald teams together. There's a reason that theater don't exist no more.
I think that actually Comedy Sports has kind of figured it out here in Chicago
Oh.
during the pandemic. So they used to do what pretty much everyone else did. They just hold a big cattle call once a year and hire however many open spots they had. Sometimes it was like 2 people, sometimes it was 10, whatever.
Yeah.
And but during the pandemic, obviously that wasn't really possible. And so they had already created minor league, which was like the sort of mid-level you know, people who were like almost ready but not quite there, and then they have the rec league, and so they just kept auditioning people for rec league and then using rec league players to backfill minor league players as minor league players got promoted to the ensemble.
That's nice.
And so like you get like much more of like a ensemble like cohesion amongst like the teams.
Yeah.
So you get to see people play with people who they feel really comfortable with, which I think makes such a big difference in any improv.
Yeah.
And you get to know their, like, you get to see their sort of commitment in general to the theater, and just like how they work with coaches, how they take notes, like all of the most important things over a longer period of time. And so when you promote them, then you know that they're going to like fit right into the community. They're going to be a committed member of the ensemble and blah, blah, blah. And they've worked really hard to get there. Like I just got promoted and it meant a great deal to me after.
Congrats.
Thank you. This was all just me wanting to tell everyone in the world that I got promoted. No, but I think it really does make a difference, because like the people who have gotten promoted during this time, I think are much more like devoted, because it like means so much more to like be a part of the community than like just sort of showing up for an audition, maybe never having seen a show even, you know. I don't know. I think that's the way to do it. And I wish that IO had done more of that, because like I always said that like, and I think they tried sort of with the pool to kind of do that, but like I always said I wished that they would just audition teams, and I know that that's a really hard like thing to do. I don't know that that would really work that well either, but like the, you know, I when I had found a team, like for example with Stacks, that I really loved playing with and had great like chemistry with, I just wanted to play with them at that theater, which ultimately I ended up getting to do anyway. but you know, like that's what I really wanted. I didn't care so much about being on a Herald team. I just wanted to like, perform in that space with those audiences, with the people that I really liked playing with. And we put on better shows than I probably ever would on a Herald team full of strangers.
Yeah.
So
well, Emily, tell me if you were feeling this way towards the end too, but like you finally get put on a Herald team and then you're like, great, I wanted this like accomplishment. And then you're on the Herald team and you're like, oh, this is like, I like maybe 4 people on this team. And my second experience was better than my first, but both times it was like, oh, not all 10 of us don't want the same thing. Like, go ahead.
Well, it's so sad when like, it's like when you get what you want and then you're like, I'm still not happy. I know that's so fucking heavy. I know that's so heavy. And it's like, but that just applies to so much of life. But it was like, that was a sad turning point when it was like, I was less excited to go to shows and it felt more like an obligation. Like that feeling of like, I have a Herald should have been like, all right, well, I gotta be at IO. And it's like, oh, and then it's like the pandemic happened and you missed it even more. But one thing I did during the pandemic is I went back and I reread my journals because I'm a little bit of a narcissist.
Love it.
And it also was just so interesting to read how like panicked I would be about shows. And then I would come back and be like, didn't have fun.
Yes.
But my attitude going in was always like, okay, I got this note this week, and he did say to the whole team, but I'm pretty sure he just meant it for me. So now I have to figure out how to do this in this freaking show. And then I'd come back and be like, well, the show was horrible. And it was just like, I feel like I had so much anxiety around it too, instead of just having fun like Trent and I had tonight, or like because it is like, yeah, if it's not fun anymore, then what's the point? But it's like when you want it for so long, and then you get it, and then it's not fun anymore. It's like, well, what do I do with this now? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Well, it's like, it's also like, Emily, you're obviously a good improviser, someone who I think is a good improviser, and with your Herald team, you would still do good improv, but like when you're playing with Kenan or seeing you with Fleetwood Foxes, like those are teams that you were a part of the creation of, and they're with your friends. So it's like the quality of the improv that you do in terms of like goodness is even, but like the amount of fun you're having with those other teams is like so clear. Like, oh, I would rather watch Emily and Kenan do an hour than have to watch Emily for 5 minutes on Gone.
You don't want to watch me try to start a game slot?
I don't want to watch anybody.
You don't
want
to watch me have to initiate an organic opening when I don't really know what I'm doing?
No.
You don't like me standing in a half circle chanting? Come on, Trent. I thought you were a fan.
I don't want to watch you do that. I don't want to watch me do that. I don't want to watch Val do that. I don't want to watch anybody do that. That's dead and buried.
On the other side of the coin, I will just make this point. It is so fun to watch teams like grow and change, and then like come, like Stacks, I feel like is such a good example of that. Like Stacks, I remember because I was at the Den when Stacks formed, and it was like kind of out of the gate hot, and then it was like just kept growing, and then people changed, but it was cool. It was just, and it is kind of fun to like watch teams who've been together for a long time and just see like there are peaks and valleys, but it's so fun to be like, oh, it's hot again. Like it's grooving again. They worked it out. I think that is kind of the cool part of it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
That like when you enjoy the journey, and even when you're having like lulls, like if you're still having fun and wanting to show up to rehearsal and wanting to show up to shows, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Ultimately, improv is really for us. We're all narcissists. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well,
The-
also like it's so much easier to pick yourself up out of a valley when you're Val on Stacks and you're friends with everybody and you want to be there than it is to pick yourself. Like if Val was struggling with Stacks and her Herald team at the same time.
No, it's so true.
She'd be like, well, I'm friends with Stacks, so we'll come through.
We'll work it out. Yeah.
I don't know if this team I was assigned to is going to be able to.
It's really going to connect over this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our shared history of 1 month of seeing each other once a week. Might
not be enough of a foundation for us to work through this.
No.
Yeah. It really is like the show Married at First Sight.
Yes. It is.
You throw them into a room, but they have to commit.
Commit.
And then it's, you check back in after 3 months.
And then they get divorced.
Are you choosing to get divorced? Some of them do.
And they get
Most of them do, but some of them do stay together.
If you guys get divorced, some of you might not be placed on a new marriage. Okay, just need you to know that.
We can't keep putting people on marriages if they can't commit to the first marriage. So it's just kind of a hard position for us.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're approaching the top of the hour, so we will start wrapping it up. Emily, that scene was a blast. The conversation was a blast. Emily, you're a blast.
You're a blast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emily is about to start trotting around the states of America. Yes. United they are. And but for now. But if she's ever back in Chicago, go out of your way to watch Tommy and Scotty do Improv.
Yes.
Emily doesn't have any social media, so follow Kenan on social media for
follow
updates.
Kenan McKitty on social media.
For updates on
something. Siblings and dating across all
siblings and dating. Yes.
Siblings and dating 69,
siblings
I believe.
And
69,
dating.
You're right.
Yes, and it's not a question; it is a statement.
It's a statement.
Yeah. Thank you.
So if you ever get the chance, if you're in Chicago and Emily happens to be in Chicago at the same time, go out of your way to see Tommy and Scotty. It's the best.
Thanks,
Um,
Trent.
Thank you, Emily. This
Thank
was
you.
wonderful. And thanks everybody who tuned in live. Thank you for your participation. Thank you, Nia, as always, for not
Thank
only the
you,
theme
Nia.
song, but the suggestion. If you would like to throw a sub our way, the Trident Network's way, we would love that, of course. Hit the subscribe button down over here somewhere,
Yep,
I think.
you got it.
And also, as always, visit the tridentnetwork.com for more information on all the podcasts and live streams and recorded stuff that we're doing. 2022 is going to be a big year for the Trident Network.
Yeah.
Also, as always, the holidays are right around the corner. Go to the Trident Network merch shop and buy your favorite people some of their favorite merch from the Trident store. Val, any clothing thoughts or closing thoughts? Emily will go to you for clothing thoughts. Val will come back to closing
The only
thoughts.
clothing thoughts I have is I really want an I Love Improv shirt. So maybe I'll invest in one in the new year.
I
Yeah.
might have to as well.
Oh,
They're pretty cute. Pretty cute.
I do love improv.
Yeah, with Trent Dozier.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This
I have to
is
look it up.
our final stream of the year. Also, the final podcast of the year, which will be up a week from now if you're watching this live. If you're listening to it on a podcast, then it doesn't matter. You already know. But this has been really fun. I'm excited to keep doing it again in the next year with more great guests like Emily, who love improv like Emily, and who are going to give me some fresh new titties like Emily in scenes. So that's exciting for me. I'm excited to continue to do it. Val, I'm excited to continue working with you. And I guess we'll see everybody in January.
On Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays, yes. I knew there was something I was forgetting.
January.
We are moving to Wednesdays. It will be the same
Fun.
time, which is 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So stick with us. If you love improv, tell your friends about it. And I hope everybody has a safe and happy new year. And most importantly, I am begging you to remember that I love improv.